Hey y'all, welcome back to Tutor Bros. Hope y'all have been checking out the videos. So I'm going to be looking at 18, 19, and 20. Hopefully I can get through them all in this video. I try to like to keep my videos under 5 minutes. Some will have gone past that, but that's what we're trying to do here. Alright, so we're looking at 18. So remember we had talked about this in a previous video. You can go ahead and check that out if you need to. And when we're working with area of sectors, because that's what it wants the area of that specific sector. There's two different formulas. They're exactly the same formula, but the idea is that we first have to calculate certain pieces. So when you're given the degrees, as we can see, this piece would be considered the sector, and then this piece would be considered area. Now that would be the same thing as we look at over here. So I'll go ahead and get to that once I cross one that uses specifically that formula, but for now you can go ahead and use this formula. So remember, that's the sector we're looking at. We're looking at the piece that's in between, the wedge piece. So we go ahead and copy down the formula, as I'm going to tell you every time. Write down the formula. Always write down the formula. Never want to not write down the formula. So we know that our radius that was given is 5 inches, and our theta that we're working with is 46 degrees. So the degrees is essentially just going to go inside of here. So what we'll say now is AS is equal to pi 5 squared, and then we'll say 46 divided by 360. Make that look more like a 6. So we'll go ahead and do a little bit some calculator work. So we got right here 23 over 180. That's just it reduced. I'm just using my calculator for that. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and just multiply that all out. So we notice that our solution, or the area for this sector, will be 10.0 inches squared. So from this formula, we can go ahead and see that would be specifically the area of that sector. So let's go ahead and look at 19. So we have 8 centimeters and 72. All right, so 19. So we already know that we're given our R is 8 inches and our theta is equal to 76 degrees. Just want to make a double check on that. 8 centimeters, sorry, not inches. 7 centimeters. So then when we're working with this, remember, we're going to go ahead and write the formula down. Always write down the formula. I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat that. Somebody tell me. So we already know our information, so we're just going to plug it in at this point. So we'll say pi times 8 to the second, and then we'll say 76 divided by 360. So we'll say 76 divided by 360, which turns out to be 19 over 90. And then we're still multiplying that by 64 now. So now we'll say 64 pi. So we'll get, you don't have to fill them in, I just always fill them in. I say 42.4 centimeters squared. So that's what we're going to go ahead and be looking at these. So we see so number 19 for the area of the sector, that's going to be the solution for it. And then the last one we have here is 12 feet with 133 degrees. 133 degrees and 12 feet. Alright, so I'll put it right here. It's going to use its own page. 18, 19, 20. Alright, so we have 12 feet. And then we have degrees is equal to 126 degrees. This is radius is equal to. So they get pretty simple as you work through them. You'll notice that, oh, I'm just really plugging in the values of it. Now they can give you the diameters, they can give you the reverse, they could be looking for the reverse degrees, they can give you certain values that you have to go ahead and calculate it. Oh, and look what I'm doing without even trying to. You got to make sure to write it all out. When you write it 1,000 times, it'll become nature. But yeah, they can give you it in various forms of questioning. These just turn out to be kind of straightforward. But in other problems that I'll do, you'll see that I have to either work backwards or solve for the other piece of the sector, depending on what I'm given. So it just depends on what we're working with. So we know that the 144 pi 7/20. Somebody's gonna have to show me how to do quicker mental math over the videos. Please let me know if y'all have some better ways of doing things. I'm open to suggestions. So we have 158.3, and this is feet squared. So yeah, I know I've worked through them pretty fast, and as you can see, really depending on the problem you can work with, it can go by quickly. So with this video, we're already done. So if y'all have any comments, leave them so I can get some better feedback. Thanks a lot.